I mean, I ain't never fucked no white boy before. It wasn't really any different than fucking any other nigga I ever fucked. I mean, he still breathed heavy, like every other nigga. Like your name is too much for one man to carry alone. Like I laid a row of bricks on his chest trying to build a house I could pray in peacefully out of him, but men won't never be homes. They just another wall. First thing your face hits when you running with your eyes closed, but his eyes was just so damn blue. Biggest moments I ever seen on face. One night, we was all caked up. You know, body heat made the room swell like dough on the windowsill. He said to me, baby, why did you swallow the sidewalk? Was all, didn't you know that the street will turn your tongue black? Was all, didn't you know that the street will turn your tongue black? Was all, you would be so much prettier if you washed your mouth out. And I was like, I mean, haven't you ever been to Bed-Stuy during the summer? It was like this language is rain. Was all, it blooms the concrete into a garden, even when the weather turns a red rose as blue as your eyes. And then he said some crazy shit, some I'm trying to save you from the black girl in your mouth shit. Was all, slang isn't a language, it's a sin. It's what people do when they can't pronounce their conquerors' names. It's the reason God showed the world someday. And I was like, no, slang is a brown Latin. It's what people create when they don't have a right to their own hands, don't have a right to their own tongue, mouth full to the brim with cotton, and the only part of your body that is wet with memory is blood. The only thing strong enough to drag a dying language out of a ground that doesn't belong to you but has buried your last name. Sound of tamadrum and barefoot dance, fruit full of sugar in an open field. And he asked me why we people always got to bring up slavery. And I said, because the prisons runneth over with men the color of wheat. And I can't say anything without somebody calling me angry. And my father still can't love me because his father was a Rolling Stone. And he said that slang makes me sound like a boombox on a crowded bus. And I said, yeah. I bet that music was so loud it shook the rigidity out of every bone, huh? And he said that displacing comfort out of someone's body is rude. I said that displacing someone's body out of their own home is rude. And if you expected anything other than a mouthful of light to adjust to the dark, then you're just as stupid as everyone else who thought they could steal the sun from a body when they stole all of those bodies from the sun. And he said, so why don't you just go back then? And I said, because we're too busy tending to this goddamn garden that's growing out of Bed-Stuy. And he said, I don't understand what you're saying. And I said, it's because your ears can't recognize the difference between a riot and a rebellion. When I speak, it isn't meant to shape fear into your trembling hands. It's to remind every listening ear that this is my home too. And this dirty mouth still sounds pretty because it's full of soil and it's growing a forest. And even after the flood, there will still be light, because even if God drowns the world, he will only be watering a garden.